Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just want to let you know I appreciate you all so much for being here. So today we're taking a look at what you're needing to know at this time. We're getting messages from your ancestors and guides, and I actually tap into each pile to see who is actually coming through and trying to get details on the energy or the person that's coming through. Some of you have people that have recently passed that are coming through to you very strongly. Some of you have very divine, powerful energy coming through. So I tap into each one. And we're also seeing what blessings are coming to you. And there is a little bit of like, you know, you're getting a little shade in some of these ones where you're getting called out a bit, but there is always this, you know, understanding of, hey, we're trying to let you know this, so don't get in your own way. So just to put that out there. Saying that, please only take the information that resonates. If I say anything that makes you feel bad, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to relay messages that need to come through for whoever they need to come through for. So it might not be you. So if it doesn't resonate, leave it behind. If you want a personalized energy reading with me, I do offer spiritual based readings where we're looking at your growth and, you know, what's, you know, going on and some advice. So if you're wanting something like that, particularly past life, you can check out my website, 1111witchybabe.com. And if you are wanting more from me, but you're maybe not ready for a personal reading, or you don't really have anything you want to look at in particular yet, please check out my Patreon, because I update it daily and we do a lot of fun stuff over there, and a lot more readings and information. And I also go into some astrology. So you can find me on Patreon. You can check out the description box below for that. If you're wanting to donate and give back to the channel, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I have my information, my Cashapp and my PayPal below. If you're looking for the decks link or a way to send decks to me, I don't really have that set up yet. So if you're wanting, until I do, feel free to send a donation through either of those options, because I will put that back into the channel to get more decks and stuff. I have not set up a way to be able to be sent that yet. So that is it. Go ahead, check out the timestamps to jump over to your section. I just want to put this out there. If you feel drawn to more than one card, because I get this question so much, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean your intuition is off. It just means that your reading has multiple pieces in it from other piles, and that you're needing to take the information when you're hearing it in that pile, whatever resonates you take with you, and you leave behind the rest of the reading, because your information is spread around the different piles. So no need to worry or feel like your intuition is off because you're drawn to more than one card. You're not cheating like the pick a card system or the universe by being drawn to one card. It just literally means your information is spread out in multiple readings. So yeah, I'll see you at your selection. Hello, group one. So this is Sappho. This is the card that you were drawn to. So right away, what I'm picking up on is that a lot of what your message from your ancestors and guides is about the way that you view yourself, the way that you treat yourself, the way that you're treating your body, and the way that you just being able to really connect in with yourself. I'm getting a lot of sacral chakra activity with this card, a lot of suppression of sexual energy, a lot of suppression of, you know, you just like being okay with situations and intimate relationships that you shouldn't be okay with. So like, for instance, you not receiving pleasure from the person that you're with, or like just, you know, not valuing yourself in that way, like putting their needs ahead of yours. So that's what I'm picking up on right away. A reminder, this is a general energy reading, so please only take what resonates, leave anything else behind that doesn't. If you want to book a personalized energy reading with me, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. And there's always my Patreon as well. You can go ahead and head over there for some more readings and like buy the signs and, you know, get more details if you're not ready for personal. But yeah, I'm really feeling like this is a lot about you respecting yourself in multiple different ways, but what's standing out really strong with this energy is going to be that sexual energy. How are you getting fulfillment in that department of your life? I know that it could be a little bit, you know, weird thinking about your ancestors being concerned with you in that way, but it's deeper than that. It's more about like, in relationships, are you receiving what you're giving? Okay, so let's go ahead. I have pre-drawn out some cards, and then I also will pull some tarot and see what's going on here. What messages do they have for you? So let's go ahead and check these out first. So we have fertility coming through. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open and more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. Yes, I feel like you're suppressing yourself. You're holding yourself back in some sort of way. Look at this. We have expression here. Yes, you know, this could be, for some of you, sorry about that. This could be for some of you that you are suppressing your sexuality in some sort of way. Now, Sappho is representative of the energy of love between women and lesbian relationships. So maybe that's what applies to you. Maybe you do have this desire that you aren't fulfilling due to maybe family, how your family might treat you, or how you feel society might treat you, or maybe it's just like a judgment that you have against yourself, something that's been internalized. Maybe you're just wanting to explore. And then again, I'm really getting the strong message of just overall, for the majority of you in your intimate relationships, you are not getting what you are giving out, and you're not expressing your needs, and you really need to, because the suppression, doing that is actually hindering your growth as an individual, and it's also hindering your ability to bring things into this world to manifest, because the fertility energy is that plant, that ground, basically that fertile ground to plant the seeds to manifest. And it's like you're just like throwing toxins on it whenever you're suppressing yourself in this way. It's really messing it up, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, and this is all about your intimate relationships, these relationships with the people that you are in love with and have a sexual attraction to, and a change needs to come. So we have Kali coming out. And we also have Parvati coming out, the goddess of devotion. There needs to, if you are like a ride or die type person, that needs to change. If you're like, I'll go through like whatever to be with you. No, that needs to change. There needs to be this like radical switch from being so selfless and this devotion to selfish. And you need to be selfish for a little bit, because you've been giving yourself to others in such a, what I'm hearing, like a powerful way, like really sending your energy and really suppressing yourself and suppressing your own growth. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody that's really, really big, like really big, crawling into this very little box. And they're doing it to themselves, and you continue to do this. And this is like, you need to, this change needs to come. That Kali energy is this destruction of all things that are not serving you. Okay. And she also is the divine feminine protector, protecting divine feminine energy from energy that is trying to suppress it, that is trying to destroy it. So I really feel like you have to, oh my goodness, yes, 8 of Winter. You have to do what it takes, because you're not powerless. That's the 8 of Swords in a traditional deck. And then we also have the Hermit. You have this light within you to transform yourself. Like, you want to change this about you, because you're not finding the type of connections that you want. You're not finding the type of love that you want. You want a divine connection with somebody. You want a real, deeply spiritual connection with another person, but you are afraid, I feel, to maybe be alone sometimes. You're afraid that you're not going to be able to find that. You're afraid of I'm hearing that some of you, like, you get into these mindsets where you're like, yeah, no, I deserve this, and this is the type of connection that I should have. But then, like, you talk yourself almost like, well, maybe I'm not really good enough for that, or maybe that doesn't really exist, or maybe that's just not for me, or I'm not going to find that person. Because there's this like sense that you continue to go towards the same type of person, and you're not extending yourself out from that. You're continuing to go in the same direction, and you're getting the same result. And that's because you're still not I feel one, comfortable with yourself. I think you have a lot of root chakra stuff that you need to work on, along with the sacral chakra, all the lower chakras, I'm sure, because it's all, you know, interconnected with feeling of self-worth, feeling like you're safe, feeling like you can, you know, you're worth the things that you're wanting in life, and you're worth what you give. Like, if you are giving the things that you want, why wouldn't you be worth receiving that? That's kind of what you need to ask yourself. And this is what your guides and your ancestors are really wanting you to look at, and to go within with the Hermit energy, and to see that you're putting these walls up. You know, the Eight of Winter, the Eight of Swords, this is a self-constructed prison. You're creating this because you're still not believing yourself when you tell yourself that you're worth more. And I think a lot of you have issues and you're fearful of being alone, so you settle. That's just really what it's about. You shouldn't be settling for people that you're not feeling fulfilled from. You don't feel like you're getting what you give. So let's look what else we have here. So we have bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Firecracker, excitement, yes. Career, okay. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Heart, love, deep affection and caring. Broken bridge, okay, so we have bridge, which is successful, and broken bridge, which is unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So there's a couple of different things going on here. I feel like, again, let's just quickly go back to what the main vibe of this reading is about, or seeming to be about, which is about your love life, your relationships, your intimate connections. There is something so much better available for you if you are resonating with all this in the future. There's something that's very exciting. There is something that's very deep in the type of spiritual connection that you are wanting. But I do sense that you need some time alone in order to have that. Okay. I sense that there needs to be, you need to kind of walk through that valley, and have that moment of working out some of your own issues, which I feel like a lot of you have issues with codependency, and this is why you're kind of afraid to be alone. Like, you feel like you need somebody else to feel safe. So really tapping into root chakra work for you would be my first recommendation, because your root chakra is your roots. It's your foundation. If that is off and it's not strengthened, then the rest of the work that you're doing is not really, it's all going to keep falling apart because you don't have that foundation. Just like if you were building a house and it wasn't a firm foundation, it doesn't matter how amazing the architecture is on top of it, it's going to have problems and come down. So that's what I feel like is really important for you. We also have a message about career coming through. There could be some obstacles also in your career here. Something that you were trying to, you know, make happen that is not happening in the way that you're wanting it. And I'll tap into that with the cards. So let's see what's going on. What's the message regarding the career here? Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands reversed. The Ace of Wands reversed is an energy of a false start. It's having a lot of like excitement and ready to go, and like, yeah, I really think this is a good idea, and then it ends up just fizzling out. So this happens whenever you, with career wise, you know, maybe it's like a position you really wanted to go after and you don't get. Maybe you have you're self-employed, or you're trying to be self-employed. You have this idea and it does not take off. It's something that is it's a obstacle. That's what it is. It's not a big deal. If you continue pushing and working hard, a year later, you're not going to remember that it even happened. It's one of those things that it's frustrating, especially because you get a lot of feeling like this is it. Like, I think I got the idea, but it's just not. And there's a lesson behind it. There's always a lesson behind those moments. Maybe you learn something about yourself, and maybe you learn something about how you need to change the way that you're going about what it is that you're trying to achieve. Maybe sometimes it's a blockage. Sometimes it's like one of those things that happens where we're thankful for it in the future, but you don't see it at that time. it takes some time to see that. So with this, let's get a message from your ancestors here. Yeah, fears, worries, tense situations. I had some cards drop on the ground. Unsuccessful planning and warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. So okay, so yeah, this is something that is and then taking a vacation physically or mentally. Yeah, so this is something that's gonna bother you, and they're warning you about that. It's going to make you need to probably take a step back and refresh yourself, look at it with, you know, refreshed eyes. Don't try to like hammer something out right on the spot, or overcorrect. If this is a situation at work, you know, right now, especially since this is fire energy reverse, we have Mars retrograde depending on when you're watching. So if you're watching near the release or about 2 months after, we'll be in Mars retrograde, and this is going to make everyone on edge. So if you happen to have a situation at work where that anger like comes out of you, you know, maybe you were thinking it was a good idea to pop off and it wasn't. This is warning you of that, like warning you that this is a situation that could come up that could be very difficult for you to deal with if you don't, you know, watch it basically. So I feel for some of you, this is just an idea that is not going the way that you're hoping, and you need to look at it from a different perspective. For others of you, you could be kind of being tested here with your temper, and if you have a situation that makes you want to go off and you feel like, yeah, just go ahead and do it, whatever, like cuss them out or whatever, just don't, because you're going to create more problems and you really don't need it. Okay. And the other thing is that it's not just you that's feeling like that. It's everybody else around you is being affected by that energy in a variety of ways. And not everybody is as capable of you as dealing with the astrological energy, and they just feel like they're losing their mind, or like they don't care anymore. And so you got to be really careful with other people's energy. Now, whenever I was pulling for this pile, I went ahead with this card in particular and asked, you know, who is coming through during this reading. And with the Mystic card coming out, I feel like you have, this is just divine energy coming through. This is, you know, either a very like high level type of spirit guide, or this is just divine direct information from source. So this is, you know, I did feel like there's ancestors and there's other energy here, but this is almost like everybody just kind of gathered and like telling you like, hey, so it's not one particular energy coming through for you with this information, but it's everyone together letting you know that there's some things that you really need to address in your love life. There's some things in your career that you're going to want to watch and be aware of, or just know that, hey, you need to look at these from a different perspective. But there is a lot of positive things in the future for you, but you do have to go through this valley where you have like these tests and you have these moments where you have to be there for yourself and you have to prove to yourself. I really feel, this is not like a proving it to the universe. This is proving it to yourself. So your subconscious gets it that I can take care of myself. I don't need a relationship or somebody to emotionally fall on to take care of me. And I don't need somebody to be behaving in a certain way for me to be happy. So I think you're just going to have some space and time to have to do that, to be alone. Maybe if some of you are in connections already and you're having difficulties in those connections, then I would say that maybe there'll be some, you know, some space between you two so you can kind of work on this, the aspects of yourself by yourself without the pressure of like a relationship. So that could be taking a break in the connection, or that could just be, you know, that natural kind of space that falls between two people where one person has work to do on themselves. But in the future, after you walk through that valley that I'm seeing, there's just such a beautiful understanding of yourself. You feel more rooted, you feel grounded, you feel stronger. And for those of you that are, you know, single and looking for connections, is like you're going to bring in something that's really powerful and really what you're looking for, and not continuing to cycle through the same type of energy that you have been in the past. So very, very good reading. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if it resonates and what's going on in your life. I do appreciate and read all of your comments. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time. Hello, group 2, group Fātimah. So what I'm picking up immediately from this card is that a lot of you have been having a lot of moments where you doubt yourself and where you're doubting if, I feel for a particular, or maybe this is just a really needed message for somebody out there, but it's really coming through strong. Somebody has a passed on loved one, and this could be recent, or this could be, it could be years ago. But this was somebody you were very, very close with. This could be like a grandparent or a father. I'm getting like a male energy in particular. But you feel like this person would not be proud of you today based on, I'm hearing, based on your decisions and then also where you're at in your life. And you feel like they would be disappointed in you, and you beat yourself up about this a lot. And they're wanting you to know, like, please don't associate us with that, because that's not energy that we're sending you. That's not what we think. You're judging yourself from a human perspective, and you're not seeing it from a higher perspective like they're able to. They're sorry that they feel like you feel this way, because they feel maybe like they made you feel this way when they were in human form. And they feel really bad about that, because they really hate seeing you beat yourself up over a standard that you're holding yourself to in order to feel love from them. And this is actually what I'm seeing, is this is creating an energetic block for you feeling the energy and the love that they're trying to send you. So this is why they're coming through so strong, saying like, please stop doing this, because you're blocking your blessings. You're blocking the energy we're trying to send you, where they're trying to connect with you. I'm seeing that in a different way for everyone. So, but it doesn't matter how they're trying to connect with you. They're trying to connect with you, and you're blocking it because you're holding yourself up to some sort of standard in order to be able to receive that. And they're like, you don't need to hold yourself up to that standard. Like, you are loved. You come from a line of people and ancestors that love and support you, and they see how hard you're trying, and they really want to be able to interact with you on an energetic level. And it's just, there's a block here. I'm seeing like them being very colorful, surrounding you, all this colorful energy and all these different, I don't want to say people, but it's just like, I can tell it's like individual different energies, and it's so colorful and beautiful. And then you are just gray. So you need to stop that. Okay. So before I dive on in further, reminder, this is a general energy reading, and please only take what resonates, leave behind anything else that doesn't. If you want to book a personalized energy reading with me, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. If you're not maybe ready for a personal energy reading, I do have a Patreon where I have a lot of content, and I do a lot of readings and different things on there. So you might want to check that out as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. I drew out some cards because I was just using a lot of decks. So, but I also have I will be using some tarot as well. I want to see who's coming through that strongly. I actually drew these two cards right here in particular to see the energy that was coming through on the message. We have Child Nature, friendships with animals, communications with nature spirits. And then we have Child Eternal, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. So whoever this person or this ancestor that's coming through, the energy that's coming through, is somebody, for some of you, this could be a childhood friend that has passed on. For others of you, I feel like this is somebody that you were connected with in your childhood very strongly. So this was like I keep hearing like a grandparent, a grandfather, grandmother, also could be a father. I'm not really hearing a mother, but of course that applies to you. I feel like you've had a very strong love for this person, and you also had a very strong friendship with this person. So it was much more than just, you know, you love your relatives. Like, this was your friend as well. For some of you, this could be an older brother or an older sister. And they're with you so much. Like, they turned into one of your on your roster or your team. Whenever they passed on, and they want you to know that they've always been with you. They come to you in the form of different animal spirits. So you might see, you know, in particular the rabbit, if you've seen rabbits around, or it doesn't always have to be in like an actual animal that you're seeing. They can send synchronicities. Like, think of it like a text message almost in a way. So maybe you'll see a bunch of rabbits like on a show, or, you know, you'll just see rabbits all over the place that day, or whatever animal it is for you. I feel like whatever animal that they come through, this is something you definitely like intuitively kind of feel might be them. But there's this block there, so you're not really quite sure. So this person really wanted to communicate through this reading, because, like, man, it was like, hey, yeah, I know there's other people watching, but we have information to give. So please give this information. Okay. This person also may have been somebody that just, you know, was very youthful in energy, very a young spirit. And they also want you to know, especially if they were very, very sick in their passing. I feel like some of them were very sick, or there was some sort of confinement towards the end of their life. They are very free now, and they're able to just like do whatever. And they're like, really, like, you don't have to be sad about this. That's what they really don't want you to be sad about them. And they don't want you beating yourself up. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. What are messages to you? We have discernment coming through. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance, attachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Yes, okay. So discernment is so important, because we have all of this information, especially now, all this information coming to us. We have all these different energies we're dealing with. And we need to realize that while things may be happening around us, we really need to have our space of what's happening to us, what's happening in our bubble, and finding a balance there. And I think a lot of times, especially if you're somebody very, very, you know, compassionate and feeling deeply connected to what's going on in the collective, it can feel kind of selfish to do that. But you really need to do that, because one, when you are in a state of high emotion, you're not seeing all the information you're getting in through clear eyes. You're seeing, you know, when you hear about, you know, people, fake news and things like that, that applies to everything, literally everything. There's people that just make things up to try to upset other people, no matter what your belief system is, no matter like what your perspective of life is. Okay, so sometimes you're upsetting yourself over things that aren't even real. Sometimes you're upsetting yourself over things that you don't need to be upset over, because it's not impacting you in that moment. It's not going to impact your life. And that doesn't mean that you don't have compassion for things that happen outside of you. Yes, you should still have that, but there needs to be a balance, just like with everything else. You can't fall head into all of the bad things that are going on and all the bad things in life, or else you're out of balance, or else you're going to miss all the good things that are happening for you, or else you're living in a timeline of just bad things that you can't necessarily at every single moment do anything about. And this is your life that's going by. Okay, so you need to use discernment with how you use your energy. You need to use discernment with what information you're taking in, and is it true, is it not? Because your energy is important. Okay. Oh, we have cards about to fall. All right, yeah, we have censoring coming out reversed. So I think a lot of you have been feeling very stressed out due to what's going on in the world. There's so many things going on in the world that are upsetting. And I think you need to bring yourself back into your space, what's happening in your life, because I'm sure there's enough going on for you personally. And focus on that, focus on finding your inner peace, and then you kind of work your way out. If your inner peace is off, you can't really help all you can do is get outraged and upset. And sure, you can, share information, you can, do different things, but you're not really, you can't maintain that in a healthy way to be able to actually do something in the long term. So you need to always be able to find a center. So we have Snake, shed old skin. We have Moon, take note to intuitive messages. Yes, they want you to get rid of this blockage, this wall. They need you to shed that, remove those barriers so they can communicate with you. There's so many intuitive messages that are trying to come in for you from your ancestors in particular. And it's like, please remove this wall, please remove these old beliefs and shed this skin that we have some problem with you, or don't think that you're, doing a good job, or like whatever. We have Green, Tara, the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to. Yep, further message to focus in on intuitive messages that are coming in. So we have, again, the Princess of Summer. So this is another card about messages coming in, intuitive messages, and having compassion. I really feel like you need to have a lot more compassion for yourself. And we have life experience, let go of old belief systems. Okay. Let's see. I think we're getting repetitive, but we'll find out if we have any other messages on our little cards here. Broken ring, parting of the ways of either romance or business. Okay, so since we do have life experience there, and we do have this broken ring, life experience can also be a Tower card, and we have Princess of Summer, which is can also be about relationships. So there could be something that you're needing to walk away from beyond a belief system, and this could be a relationship, romantic or a friendship, or even a family connection that is not serving you at this time. And walking away does not always mean forever, but at this time it could be a situation that is maybe going to surprise you. I think it's one that's just coming down regardless of what you do, and this is part of your transition. This is part of shedding the old skin. So more than likely this person that you're having to step away from, or if it's a business connection, it's someone that hinders you. It's someone that keeps you in this mindset that you're not good enough, or tries to challenge you. I'm hearing in some type of way. We have Tulip coming out, great passion. Oops. We have Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. Yes, you are doing it. If you're dealing with somebody that is trying to tell you that, what you're doing in your career is not good, or you're making wrong decisions, or you're not going to be able to do this because X, Y, and Z, you're slowly but surely getting to where you want to be. And this is what I personally like to see. It's frustrating. I understand it's frustrating to me too. But at the same time, in my experience, personal and with clients, once you see somebody building slowly, it's something that sticks. It's not something that like blows up and then like sizzles out. Like if it's slow to build, it usually sticks. We have Cracked Cup, dissatisfied with life. And we have Vine, seeking out information that will help you. And Staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. Okay, so yes, this connection that you have that you're needing to step away from is something that brings a lot of dissatisfaction to you. And you might not even realize it. I think you really do. It's just that the idea of stepping away from it concerns you even more. I think there might be some sort of financial like arrangement in this connection, regardless of what type it is. And so you're being told like financially, emotionally, you're going to be okay during this process of shedding the skin, having to step away from this person or people. And just know that you're getting to where you want to be. And this is all in that process. Okay. So let's get a last piece of advice for you. All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yes, I love this. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles is that slow growth evolving into something that is really stable, firm. So it's the type of stability that you pass on to other generations. This is generational wealth. This is being able to have a legacy. This is being able to give back to your community. Okay, so this is what you're building. So keep doing what you're doing. Find your center. Don't allow the external world to stop you. Don't allow all the trauma and pain and horrible things going on in the world to make you numb to your own happiness and to the good things that happen to you, and find that balance of being empathetic and of what's going on and being aware, but not making that all of your vision. Okay, you need to have that balance and know that you have so many people that love you and your ancestors love you, and those that have passed recently that you're worried that might not love you, or worried that might feel like you're not proud of them, or they're not proud of you. They are. Okay, so that's going to be your reading. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if it resonates in the comments below. I do read all of your comments and appreciate it, and thank you so much for being here. I will see you all next time. Hello, group 3. So this is group Perpetua, and what I'm immediately picking up on for you all is that the message from your ancestors and guides is that you are really needing to step into your authentic truth, that you're needing to stand up for what you believe in, regardless of what people have to say about it, or regardless of the fear of judgment. Like, you need to be who you are, okay? So before I begin with the rest of the cards, as always, this is a general energy reading, so please only take the information that resonates. Leave anything else behind that doesn't. And if you want to book a personalized energy reading with me, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. Or if you're not ready for a personal energy reading, you can head on over to my Patreon. I do have a lot of other readings on there, and I go over some astrology things as well. So I'm constantly, daily updating my Patreon, so you might want to check that out if you maybe not ready yet for a personal. So I have universal love coming out. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel with each other, to our planet, and to the whole existence itself. Okay, let's see what else. And we have the sun. Enjoy your success and happiness. And warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Yes, you have, what I'm hearing is you have this guaranteed success. There's something that you're doing, or there's something you want to do that has a guaranteed success like behind it, but it requires you to step outside of your comfort zone. It requires you to have to face some fears, and you're being told, like, you have a team behind you, you have the universe behind you, you have spirit behind you. Okay, you have so much energy that wants to support you in this venture, but you have to believe in yourself enough to do it, and you have to be able to stand up for your beliefs and for yourself, even in situations where others want to minimize you or want to make you feel bad. With Perpetua, the energy behind this card is one of doing whatever it took to be her authentic self. Okay, whatever sacrifice, having to face whatever criticism and whatever negativity, and it really goes a lot beyond that. Her story, but I don't feel like going all into that right now. However, I just feel like you really need to understand that if you're not your authentic self, it's more than just you. The world needs you to do this, because we're all connected, and that's what that universal love is about. We're all connected, and you are someone that has the capacity to hold a lot of light. You're someone that has the ability to transform other people's lives through you just being you, and you standing firm in that. You help other people that really weren't strong enough to do this on their own. You give them that inspiration to stand into their own power as well. So this is beyond just you. This is about everyone. This is about the collective. Okay, let's see. So I want to see who's coming through this card right here. I specifically asked who is coming through on this reading. Just dropped another card, and we have thief coming through. Sheds light on potential wealth within. That can never be stolen. Okay, so I'm actually really getting this feeling of like the energy that's coming through is trying to show you how you have so much potential, and you have so much potential wealth and abundance that's available to you if you step into your authentic self. Okay, and that not only do you have these external opportunities that are available for you, you doing this, just taking this action, even before the material stuff comes in, is building something within your spirit that cannot be taken away. You're doing a lot of soul work. You're doing a lot of growth through this process, through standing up for yourself and being your true self. That's what I feel like a lot of your goals are in this lifetime. You came down to live an authentic life. We have Marguerite Poret. I'm sure I didn't say that right. The mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. Yes, you are needing to remember that you have this light within you that is connected with source, which is just pure love, and that you have this strength inside of you, regardless of what's going on outside of out in your external world. I think a lot of you have come down in this incarnation and have had to face a lot of shit, a lot of oppression, a lot of being forced into situations you don't want to be. Maybe some of you have faced a lot of violence, abuse, and neglect, and was all supposed to be dimming you. This was all supposed to be taking your light out because you were too bright, but you haven't allowed it. And even if you're feeling low right now in this moment, even if you're like, but they're winning, that it's working, it really isn't, because you're still here. And every day that you're here, you're fighting more to get to this space where it doesn't matter what they do to you. You still have this part of you that no one can touch. Okay. And I feel like this is this reminder that you are always connected. You're so powerful, and a lot of times people that have this type of energy attract in a lot of negativity, because it's like moths to a light. That darkness that's within them is seeking the light, and unfortunately I think a lot of you have been a victim to things because of it. And so the universe is just wanting you to know that you are amazing for continuing to be here, continuing to be strong, and that you have this connection that continues to grow inside of you. So when you are feeling upset and you're frustrated, or when things don't seem to be working out, or you're facing trauma, or you're facing situations that you shouldn't have to face, that you are able to, okay, that you're strong enough. We have the Magician. Yes. One thing that you need to know is that every time, for you in particular, that you get hurt, you can transmute that into actual abundance, actual successful financial wealth. This is something that not everybody's able to do. I think everybody has the potential to do it, but not everybody's able to do it. Some people take the negative energy that's sent to them and they use it to attack themselves with. Okay. They just break themselves down. Some people send it back, or some people transmute it up, but you can take it and transform it into something else that is tangible. So when bad things happen to you, when people betray you, when people hurt you, they're actually really fueling you for further success. And I know that's like really fucked up. I understand that. I understand how this is like, okay, well, I don't really want that, thanks. But this is telling you to not waste that ability, to use it in your interest, to use it as a protective measure as well, I'm hearing. So using negative energy and transmuting it into some sort of energetic shield for yourself could be something you can look into. I don't really know how to explain how I do certain things that I do, and I don't really like to talk about it either, because I just like to be, I have some 12th house placements, 12th house sun, 12th house Mercury. I'm not one to talk about how I protect myself magically or anything like that, but you could look into different methods of transmutation, or, connecting with your ancestors through meditation and asking them and spirit to show you, the way to do this as well. Okay, we have Two of Winter. We have indecision that is holding you back. Make a choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Yes, you need to make decisions based on what you want and not what you think other people want for you or what they're telling you that they want for you. I think a lot of you have a lot of external judgment. Maybe you have a very judgmental family, or the community that you're in has expectations that you're supposed to be held up to, or it's your friend circle, or maybe even somebody that you're in a relationship with. And I feel like you need to choose you in all of those circumstances. Okay? You need to choose you and not choose what is best, what somebody else thinks is best for you. Let's look at our cards here. We have Lily, spiritual love, Bow, you're highly thought of, Pale, time to get out of a situation, Money path, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Absolutely, with that magician energy. If you have magician energy, you have guaranteed, it's a guaranteed success card, just like I said. But you just have to find that path. You have to make your way into understanding that you can take these negative things and turn them into something positive for you. Opportunities are waiting for you. Door, yes, yes, yes. Lion, time to act. And also with Lion, it reminds me of the Strength card, which is everything I've been talking about in this reading. I feel like this is what, if I were to like name this section, it would be you guys are, the strength section. You guys are strong enough. You have the inner strength to deal with the situations that you face. You are really admired by other people. They do see that you have had to work to get to where you are. I feel like you are not aware of this because there is this really negative energy that seems to be surrounding you in like your maybe friend circle or family. But there's people outside of that watch, have seen what you've done or see how you've changed and things that you've gone through, and they really, really admire you. But there is something that you need to really step away from. There's some sort of connection that I'm picking up on here. Let me actually tap into that specifically to see who is this person that is, you need to like step away from. What is this negativity I'm picking up on? Who is this? Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. This is somebody that really is just around to make you feel like you're not able to do things. I'm hearing cousin, sister. I'm also feeling like this could be parents for some, or an aunt or an uncle. And I also feel like this could be somebody they're very good friends. You're very good friends with them, but they seem to have this side of them that wants to bring you down. And it really is. Now, this person is doing this because they themselves have a lot internally, like a lot of anxiety and issues going on internally about their life. And I do feel like they do love and care about you, which is why they worry about you, but at the same time they project all that negativity out onto you. And I feel like you need to detach yourself energetically from this person. If this is somebody that you can't step away from and get space from, then you need to definitely detach yourself energetically. I'm hearing a black walnut bath, so that might be something you want to look into, or just looking into cord cutting ceremonies, or whatever your belief system is, and however you practice doing something to cut energetic cords, because this person really is sending you a lot of shit and you guys are connected. Now, the other thing is that you need to shield your energy. So that's something else that you should go ahead and look into. I personally really like visualizations, and I also do a lot of work in water with shielding. So I would look up maybe visualizations for shielding and go from there. Okay. I really recommend, when it comes to these type of things, doing your own research, because whatever you're going to be drawn to is going to work better for you. It all works. It just depends on if you can put your personal energy in there to make it actually manifest. Okay. And I also recommend highly to connect in meditation and be asked to see like what should I do. Okay. If that's something that you are able to do. I know not everybody has that type of connection during meditation. So if that's something that you can do, ask for guidance in that way of different protective ways to protect yourself. Because the most powerful protections and the most, the best ways to do these things, to connect with your inner magic, is to go based on what you know what you know deep down, what you've been shown, like not what somebody else is saying, because that's what they know. And maybe that's designed for them. Maybe that's designed for their lineage. Maybe that's designed for, you know, their energetic code, but you might have something different. Okay. All right, so that is going to be it. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I do read all of your comments and appreciate them so much. So I just want to let you know I appreciate you all, and I will see you all next time. Hello, group 4, group Hestia. So right away, what I'm picking up for you all is that there's something really positive happening in your home space. There's some sort of change coming. Maybe you're trying to move, or maybe you have a lot of issues that are happening in your home. It could be with relationships with people in your home, or it could be actual like issues with your physical home. But there is peace coming into your home. There's also this call for you to build an inner sanctuary, and also potentially a space in your home for you to have like a sanctuary, for you to go and connect with yourself, connect with your guides and ancestors. Some of you are needing to build altars. So before I dive on into the rest of the cards here, just a reminder, this is a general energy reading. Please only take what resonates and leave behind any information that doesn't, or you know, you just feel like is off. If you want to book a personalized energy reading with me, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. And if you're maybe not ready for a personal reading, but you want more, head on over to my Patreon, because I have a lot more content there, and I also go into some astrological stuff as well. So I would love to see you there. Let's go ahead and get some more messages here and see what's going on. So we have communication coming through. Yes, I think what a big blessing that's coming up for you all is that you're getting something back, is actually just what I heard when I said something. I heard something back. You're getting something back. So if you've lost something in regards to your home, be it an actual home, be it if you've lost something in your home and you've been looking for it, it's going to come back. Or if you have felt like you've lost something, you've lost connections, you've lost a sense of peace, it's coming back in. There's also communication coming in that's very positive. This could be, you know, notice about an approval on a loan, on a lease, on a I'm staring furniture. Some of you are getting approved for furniture. Maybe you're redecorating your home. There's a lot of like warm vibes, warm fall and winter kind of holiday-y vibes. So a sense of peace coming into the home, especially if it's been gone for some time. There's also a flow of communications with people in the home. So if you've been struggling with communicating with those that you live with, there's a lot of peace coming to those connections. What else? We have Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you are needing to kind of look back on what got you to this point, the work that you had to do, what you had to sacrifice, I also feel like you need to see how you lost things. For some of you, these are things that you lost. I'm seeing 18, 24, 36. So this could be like a year and a half to 2.5 years ago that you had lost something, and it's now coming back to you. Your ancestors and guides are wanting you to understand that everything that you lose comes back to you in another way or another form. And so this is reflecting on that. For when this good news comes in, these blessings come in, please look back and see when you lost them, how they are coming back to you. Because a cycle of losing is a cycle. We win and we lose. You will lose again. Doesn't mean it's going to be the same way, or doesn't mean it's going to be everything. Maybe if you've lost everything and you're getting things back again, but you have to realize that when you are losing, you are opening up the options for yourself of what's available to come in. And I feel like whatever you lost in the past is nowhere near in comparison to what you're having come in. Okay, so we have Mary Magdalene coming out. I am the bridge between the heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. We also have Diana coming out, Queen of the Wilderness. The language of the natural world is the frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. And we have the Three of Summer, which is news we're celebrating. So one thing I feel like in this reading right now and in your life right now, especially since you had that big shift when you lost whatever it was you lost a while back, you had a lot of divine feminine energy present. Now this to me feels like this could be like a matriarchal energy in your lineage. More than likely not somebody that you maybe personally knew in this lifetime that's passed, but somebody that is from your lineage that is a very divine, high energetic being at this time. I also feel like this could just be divine goddess energy coming in, you know, your various belief systems, whatever feminine energy you connect with, I feel like has been with you through this process and is with you through this celebration, and they're wanting you to know that. They're wanting to celebrate with you, so they want you to be aware of that. Maybe that's why some of you are being called to create altars in your home, or if you already have that, to pay attention to those altars, to spend more time at them, and to incorporate this. If you are feeling connected to a particular divine feminine energy at this time, please place that a signifier for that energy on the altar as well, because this is an energy that wants to continue working with you and seeing you succeed. I almost feel like for some of you, like this energy is very connected to you, and like they see you like a friend, or they see you like a little sister. Like there's this very nurturing, loving connection between you and this energy. Now these two cards here are specifically for who is coming through. So we have slave, surrendering your power of choice to the divine and complete trust. And then we also have rebel, challenges authority to affect social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Very interesting. I feel like you have, again, that divine feminine energy that is coming through very strongly. So there's really no way to word it, but the combination of these two is for some reason really like really reminding me of like some Freya energy, or I'm also feeling like Aphrodite, very Venetian as well. Okay, so the energy for everyone will be different, because it's a lot of it's connected to either your belief system, your current belief system, or your lineage. Okay, so I'm not really like, I'm not pinpointing it down to one particular person, quote unquote, or energy or goddess, but I feel like it's deeply rooted in lineage or in your belief system that you currently practice. Okay, so we have compassion coming through, and we have truth coming through. So I feel like there's things that you aren't aware of yet that are also going to be communicated to you, some sort of understanding that will be able to allow you to look at a situation in your life with more compassion. Now, if the communications have been rough in your home and you're resonating with that, then I feel like you're going to understand those that you're dealing with a little bit better. You're going to be able to have compassion for them. I think you have not known everything that that person is maybe dealing with, and that's been causing some of the issues within the communication. Okay, so there's just a lot of good things coming in your home space. We have skull, secrets that hidden secrets can harm you. Yes, this person has been hiding things from you, and you're going to understand them more whenever you hear them. And so we have December coming out. That could be whenever this communication or this understanding comes through. This could be when the blessing comes through. December, as I said, I was getting a very fall, wintry, holiday vibe. So it could definitely be around December when this blessing is coming through. We have dark man, dealing a relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So, you know, if this just could be a further like check off the box for you if you're having an issue with somebody in your home. That's that description. We have flowers, happiness, and we have rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters coming through. Okay, so some of you might be having difficulties in your relationship with this person, particularly if you live with them. Maybe one of you is hyper focused on the sexual aspect of the relationship and the other is not, or maybe there is some sort of I'm hearing sexual dysfunction in the connection. So let's go ahead and tap on into that and get some advice there. So we have the Three of Cups reversed. Okay, so the Three of Summer is the Three of Cups in a traditional deck, and now we have the Three of Cups reversed. So the Three of Cups is very significant. Now when it comes to your relationship, I feel like if you resonate with some sort of sexual issues in the connection, this is rooted in one of two things. There's either a person, you're dealing with a person, or you are the person, I feel like you more are likely are dealing with them, that has an addiction to something. They could have an addiction to alcohol or drugs or video games or porn, or they could have addiction to other people. They could be like a habitual cheater, that type of energy, a sex addict. And or you're dealing with somebody that is actually just, there is a third party situation going on, because the Three of Cups reverse is a third party situation. That's what it generally stands for. So I feel like this truth is going to be coming out to you. Now, maybe the reason why there is a lot of peace coming into your home is because if that resonates and you're like, oh, well, that's it, I'm done. Removing this individual creates a lot of peace for you, creates a lot of blessings coming in, creates happiness and things to come in the future because of that, removing that blockage. I feel like for others of you, if you're dealing with somebody and you're unsure of what's been going on with them, and they're going to be letting you know about this addiction issue they have, and therefore you're going to be having compassion for them and more understanding of what's been going on with them and why they've been behaving in that way. Okay, so that's what I see here in this reading. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what's going on with your life if it resonates. I appreciate all of you, and I read all of your comments, and I just want to let you know that I just really do. I appreciate you all for being here. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time. Hello, group 5, group Yemoja. So this is going to be what's standing out to me. I'm feeling like there's a lot of information coming in. You have like a lot of creative energy that is surrounding you at this time. There's a lot of intuitive information that's coming into you at this time as well. I feel like you're getting a lot of information through dream states. You're also getting it when you're daydreaming in particular. So please allow yourself to daydream. There's something within you that is wanting to be manifested, that's wanting to come out into this world in physical form. And I feel like a lot of you right now are like in labor. You're going through almost this like mini darkness as you bring this life in, this new creation. It could be an actual thing. I'm being shown different pieces of art. It could be art, it could be music, it could be a career change, it could be a housing situation. I feel like a lot of you, though, whatever this is something you do with your hands, because I'm being shown hands. So something you've created with your own, or you will create with your own hands. But you're getting inspiration through I'm hearing 12th house, so dreams, through meditation, through art and music, through magic. I'm hearing incantations and chanting, so that might be, you might find a lot of power or inspiration listening to that, listening to others, or doing it yourself. Okay, so before I begin with the rest of the cards, this is a general energy reading. So only please take the information that resonates and leave anything else behind that doesn't. If you want to book a personalized reading, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. Sorry, I need to get a little sip of water. Okay, and if you're not ready, or you're not wanting to do a personal reading yet, but you would like more from me, you can go ahead and check out my Patreon. I have a lot of content on there. I update it daily. So head on over there if you are wanting to join us. I would love to see you. So let's see what other messages we have here, what blessings we have coming in. So I have integration coming up. Yeah, so I do think a lot of you might be in the space of like some shadow work, or like a smaller version of a dark night of the soul. I wouldn't really call it a dark night of the soul energy, but definitely integrating a lot of shadow aspects, having to go through this transitionary period of giving birth to this, whatever it is that you're bringing into the world. So you're in that, I'm hearing the dawn before the day, like you're in just that period right before you bring something into this world. So that's what your blessing is that you're bringing your creation that you have been working on, be it in your conscious mind or not, is coming through. Okay. Let's see, we have ancestors, hope, gratitude. Look at this. Elder. Another marker for ancestors. So a lot of ancestral energy. Air guardian, shift your perspective. Yes. So you have a lot of ancestral energy around you right now. You have a lot of people that like have your back right now, basically. You are not just integrating shadow aspects for yourself, but for your line, for your lineage. You are dealing with ancestral curses and patterns of behavior that is just been passed down and continues to be passed down, but it's stopped at you. So you're breaking that as well. I think that with this, you've experienced a lot of darkness and you've experienced a lot of difficult events in your life, and your ancestors are wanting you to shift your perspective, because what I'm hearing is that they have also went through a lot. They had to go through a lot in their physical existence. However, that does not minimize what you've gone through. It's more of saying like, hey, we've been there, we understand, and we have your back. You know, when you go through a lot, you don't really like to see other people have to go through that as well, generally. And I feel like a lot of your ancestors feel like that as well, but they want you to understand that you have the strength of them behind you, and you have this strength of just in your DNA of people that have been through a lot. I think your lineage comes from people who have been through a lot of oppression, a lot of pain. I'm hearing hunger. So maybe your lineage had dealt with famine or things like that. So they want you to shift your perspective of what you're going through, seeing what they went through, and understanding that you can do this. You're strong enough, and you have their support because they were strong enough to go through what they did. And so that their strength lives within you. Take care of your needs. Yes, you need to focus in on yourself. You can't take care of other people if you are drained, and they need you to take care of yourself. Let's see. We have, I'm not going to pronounce this right. And the joy permeated mother. I'm not going to pronounce that right. I'm so sorry. Anna Demayama. And I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Yes. There's a part of you that never changes. There's a part of you that knows that. That's so strong. And that's the part of you that you're needing to connect with. Princess of Winter. Inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic, information that can help you, but which may be also difficult to hear. Yeah, that's how I'm kind of feeling this whole time. I don't want to minimize what you went through, but I feel like your ancestors have been through so much, and there is a little bit of annoyance here. There's a little bit of being very blunt and saying, hey, we did this so you could be here. And if you're gonna let these things bother you that are small in comparison to maybe famine or, you know, violence and things of that nature, what are we doing here? Like, why are you bothering with us? It's basically kind of what I'm seeing. And I wasn't really going to go there with you all because that's not really what I wanted this reading to kind of be. I didn't want it to be beating anybody up, but I feel like maybe your ancestors in particular, maybe just wherever your lineage is, they're a little bit blunt, and they're a little bit like, hey, like, you need to get it together and do this. So when I go and look and see who's this card right here is I asked particularly who is coming through for you all. And we have lover, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation for someone or something. So these ancestors love you so much. It's not about like judging you or thinking you're weak or that you're a crybaby or anything like that. They have so much passion. You know, they're just a very passionate people, and they want you to succeed, and they know you can succeed. But you just have to, you can't, I feel like sometimes when you go through these transitions, you tend to lose yourself a bit. And they're wanting you to remain strong through that. It really is like you have this cycle in your life where you have to give birth to this new way of being for yourself, or these new ideas, and you have to go through things in order for that to happen. I think maybe a lot of you are artists, or you work in a field where you can kind of put that process on paper somehow. um, and they just want you to remember that during those moments that, hey, you're in labor, this is transition, you are going to be integrating all this and creating something amazing from it. So please don't don't stay in a low energy too long, because you're just delaying things, you're delaying the process. Okay, we have boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Yeah, your ancestors, they definitely let me know, like, what is your background, why are they so they don't fuck around. Okay. Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Yes, I think a lot of you are going to be receiving very amazing opportunities. You're going to be receiving recognition for whatever you're creating. Some of you might be in positions to actually be able to give back, and that's going to make you feel amazing as well. Rooster, an arrogant and boastful person you should not cross. I feel like some of you may be dealing with a type of person like that, but I think at the same time, this is more of that ancestral energy coming through. That's like, I feel like there's this energy, like if you are not grateful for what you have, you will lose it. It's almost this very like, yeah, I'm being shown going into a kid's room that's like mad about they don't have this toy or something, and then like the parent taking away all the toys. But like, okay, so you're not grateful that you didn't get this, but you have all this, so I'm gonna take it all away. Like, and I'm not saying that your ancestors are sitting there like threatening your happiness, saying we're gonna take everything away, but I think it's more of a warning of like, when you stay in that space, when you're going through these transitions, and you stay in that space of like, woe's me, and a lower energy, you're setting yourself up to have things ripped from you. Okay. I think that you do have, here's the thing with ancestors, it's like they're not all coming from the same space, and they don't all have the same mindset about how they go about things. So you could have some that deliver lessons and love through tough love. Okay. And I think some of your ancestors are like, just don't let them, like, don't put yourself in a position to have that be your lesson. Okay. You don't have to do those lessons anymore. Just know that when you're in these dark spaces, it will end, and you're going through a transition, and transmute it. I think a lot of you are artists, so I think you need to put that energy into something. Now, funnel is a period of funnel it into something, a period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Lessons are always going to come no matter how spiritually awakened you are. And actually, the more spiritual awakened you get, the more you see things as being lessons, the more you understand. Like the more you get, the more you understand, the more potential you have. So the more you get. As you get older, or if you're in school, as you get older, you get into new classes and things like that, you get more work, you get more opportunities. So same thing goes for life. The higher up you're getting in consciousness, the more lessons that you might receive, more tests, more opportunities at the same time, more good things. So it's just like this awareness of that and accepting of that. I feel like for your pile, radical acceptance is a thing you should maybe look into, and accepting where you're at in life, and accepting that you're continuing to grow and learn, and not judging yourself, and being kind to yourself, and checking yourself when necessary to pull yourself out of lower energy, so you're not living in that. And we have June coming up. So June might be significant for you. June could be, if this is connecting with a passed on loved one that you knew in this lifetime, this person could be born around June. Yeah, I do feel kind of like a grandmother vibe here. So this could be a grandmother born in June or passed in June. And this also could be this blessing, this birth coming in June. For some of you, this could be literal birth. This could be you're going to be pregnant and giving birth next June. but others of you, whatever you're creating is going to be full force next June. So let's just get one last piece of advice here. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. That flew out right away. Like, I went to shuffle on it, flew out. I wasn't gonna take it, but I was like, nope, this is coming out for a reason. So your Ace of Pentacles, you are planting the seeds right now for your future. You are, and I feel like it's because I'm recording in September, if you, depending on when you watch this, because it is timeless, if you're listening around June, then I feel like I'm hearing like 6 months. It's like a 6-month thing. So like 6 months from whenever you're watching this manifestation is coming through. Anyway, I know that's not 6 months from now, but for some reason 6 is popping up. You're planting seeds right now for your future, okay? And you need to understand that through that there's this transformation, and there's things that may fall off or things that might not work and you feel blocked, but it's just temporary. It's just to get you to where you need to be. So don't get overly frustrated. And if you need that extra boost and that extra like checking yourself energy, then really connecting with your ancestors is going to be the way to go, because you definitely got a lot of sassy, spicy energy behind you that's like ready to be like, no, we didn't go through all this so you could sit there and cry over some comments on Twitter, or you could be mad over this guy that's not calling you back, or like, okay, so like they're really like, they want you on it. So tap into them if you need that kick in the butt. So that's going to be your reading. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on in the comments below. I do appreciate all of your comments, and I appreciate all of you, every single one of you. I just want to let you know I appreciate you for being here, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you all next time. Hello, Group 6, Group Lalla. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry. Welcome to your reading. One thing I want to say right away, what's standing out to me is that your words are very, very important right now. So you need to be very mindful of what you're saying, what you're writing down, because you are manifesting through your words. That is becoming what is going to happen for you. This includes the music you're listening to, anything that's involving words, what you're reading, the memes you're looking at, the information you're ingesting is becoming your reality. So you need to be mindful of your words. And you also need to recognize the power that you have and the blessings that are coming to you because of this ability to manifest through what you're saying, what you're saying, what you're wanting to happen. And that's what's happening. That's what's coming for you, okay? So be careful of it. It can be a blessing or it can be a curse. It depends on you of what you're going to do with that energy. So before I begin with the rest of these cards here, a reminder, this is a general energy reading. Please only take the information that resonates and leave behind anything else that doesn't. If you would like to book a personalized reading with me, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. And if you're not maybe looking for a personal reading yet, but you're wanting more from me, check out my Patreon, because I have a lot of content on there. I update it daily, so I would love to see you there. All right, so what else we have here? We have passion coming out. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies a hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to calm of its core, where we can let go of its long-lasting wisdom. Fills us up. Okay, so I feel like you have something that you are very passionate about, and that is where you're really needing to be careful on what you're saying about the situation. This can be, I feel like some of you, this is going to be like a social a topic, something regarding your community. You're feeling very passionate about it, and I feel like you're needing to be very mindful of the way that you're using words. What I'm really being reminded of was when with protests, when people are chanting with their arms up in the air that I can't breathe, I was really physically had a reaction to that of that's not, oh, don't do that, like a dangerous, like all hackles up, because for everyone what we say is important, but particularly for you all, and particularly when you're saying something in a pattern of chanting with other people and there's all this emotion behind it, you have to be so very careful with that, okay? Because you can manifest that into your life And I feel like that maybe that's just like an example for you. If you feel very strongly about something, be careful of how you speak about it. You can get your point across and get that passion across without having that energy back bounce on you somehow. So it's all about just protecting yourself. It's not about, toning anybody's or policing anybody's tone or anything like that. This is about what words are you saying, and be mindful of them. Okay. So what else is here? We have purity coming through, and we have union coming through. Wow. So we're getting a lot of different messages here. And that didn't surprise me, because I was feeling like I was feeling multiple energies coming through when I was drawing for you. The other thing is that when I was drawing these cards out, they went absolutely just wild. Like, they were jumping. I dropped a deck, and it's been pretty smooth all day for me. The cards were not jumpy with the rest of the reading. So there's a lot of different energies coming through here with different messages. The other thing that's coming through is about your love life, and about, I feel like you're wanting a certain type of connection, and you need to bring that in through how you write. Some of you are needing to go back to writing poetry and short stories and things like that, and write about the type of love life that you're wanting. You need to, yeah, I'm being shown, I don't know if some of you saw it, but this artist who drew the person that she wanted to be with, like, envisioned this person coming into her life that was her energetic match, and she drew him, and she literally met somebody that looked like him and was embodying the type of energy that she was wanting. So it was like she manifested that. This is what you're needing to do with your love life. And if you're artistic, or if you're creative, you need to put that on paper in whatever way that you do that. Writing it down, drawing it out, pen and paper, pencil and paper. That is what is very significant here to me. Okay, we have a see from a higher perspective. Yes. So the other thing here with the romance and being careful of what you say. If you are somebody that is maybe a little bit like me, maybe you have some Gemini or Sagittarius placements, and you make a lot of jokes about your love life, or you're sharing a lot of memes about, men or women ain't shit and blah 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 blah, or things that are negative like that. You need to stop. Even if it's something funny, even if you're just making a joke, you need to be careful right now. Sometimes we just make jokes and we can kind of get away with it, and other times even our jokes can turn into things we're manifesting that we don't want. And you're at a space right now energetically where that's where you're at, so you need to be careful with what you say, and see things from a higher perspective. See all of your words coming out as painting your future. Are you painting the future that you want right now with what you're saying? So we have Star Geyser. Yes, set your sights higher. Exactly. Especially, I keep seeing memes as an example. And one thing I'm seeing is like memes that make fun of or are joking about type of like possessive connections, or connections where there's a lot of cheating involved. Again, I understand where it might be funny. It might not be like, oh, obviously I don't want that. It is obvious, but when it comes to manifesting, it doesn't matter if something's obviously not what you want. It's energy, and you're sending it out there, and you're sending it through emotion of thinking it's funny, right? Like funny, that's like an emotion. That's an emotional reaction. It's emotion, and emotions are what send out our manifestations. That's why I say embody, like when you're wanting to manifest something, put yourself in that emotional moment that it's already happening. What are you feeling? What are you sensing? What's going on around you? How are you feeling about everything that's happening in that moment? That is what is our send button for the manifestations, is emotion. So focus in on that, and you are able to bring in a lot right now. That's what your blessing is. You're blessing yourself with being able to create what you want. We have the Six of Winter. Positive changes are on the way, and we have ego. So yes, there's like this quote unquote mini ego death coming for you. You being able to have more of a connection with your higher self, less with the animalistic side of yourself, or the shadow aspects where you're, doing things based on urges from trauma, or from, what society has kind of programmed into you, and making decisions from a higher mindset, from a higher perspective, and being more mindful is what I see. Okay, and so with that comes positive changes. Sorry, I feel like I felt itchy on my back. I felt like somebody was actually like almost tapping me. So I don't know, maybe. All right. Oh, I didn't even know this card was in here. So this is Sekhmet, the Red Lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Okay, so here we go back to speaking, voice, throat chakra. Some of you may have something that you've been holding back saying, and you're being advised that you need to speak your truth. So this is, when we say be careful what you're saying and you're manifesting through what you say, it's not like, oh, only be positive, but you do have to speak your truth. It's just about finding balance, that you're not staying too far into the negative. But you repressing things that you need to get out of you is not helping anyone, particularly you. We have Hedonist. Oh, I forgot. So these two cards are, when I pulled them, I asked who is coming through on this reading, what energy, what person, what ancestor. So we have Hedonist coming through, and inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty within you, within yourself. And then we also have Samaritan coming through, and this is refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Okay, so interesting. I feel like you have two different energies here. One of them is, one of them really wants you to understand the access that you have to the life that you want, and that you have such a strong manifestation ability, and that there's so many amazing moments that are in store for you, particularly if you get hung up on romantic connections. Like, there's a lot of passion and people and situations that you have yet to experience that are available for you. So please, they don't want you to be hung up on one particular energy or person. I feel like this is like a strong, I don't feel like this is really an ancestor. I feel like this is more a energetic being, or some sort of, god, goddess, or whatever. It depends. Since everybody has a different, background, it's hard to pinpoint, because I just get shown all these different options of energies that's around somebody. But the basic intentions behind this energy is that they want you to live a good life, and they want you to be able to see that you can do that, and you can have pleasure, and that you are actually limiting you haven't even experienced what have the potential to experience pleasure wise. The other energy I feel here is very interesting. This is one that I don't think tends to get involved with humans nonsense. That's what I got. I'm hearing that we're emotional beings, and they prefer to stay out of our stuff, but they have taken a particular interest into you. So this to me is kind of giving me an energy of maybe like starseed. So it could be some sort of ET, or I don't really want to go down that road, but in this reading, just because I don't have time. But it's something that's, I'm not really getting like the god, goddess type of vibe, or any type of like religion or cultural link to you. I feel like this is just normally an observer that has taken an active interest in your path, because they normally wouldn't, because it's like we're peons, and it's like, all right, but we're gonna help you out, okay? And they're just kind of like guiding you from the sidelines, sending you little tidbits of information intuitively, because I just see these little light bursts being sent to you, and also some protection, some things to, help protect you. So you have this very, I don't want to say it's necessarily, it's weird. They are definitely intellectually way above us, whatever energy this is coming through, but I don't want to say this is some sort of like, this is a more spiritually, well, they would be, they are more spiritually developed, but there's more of an intellectual side to this coming through. So it's different. You're the only one that they came through for in the reading, okay? Whatever this is. So let me know in the comments what you think that energy might be. You might already be acquainted with it. It does kind of have like an Octurian feel, but I'm getting too many different options here. It's not just like Octurians coming through. So there's other, maybe it's probably, we don't have a name yet for some of this energy coming through, but maybe you do. So let me know. Okay, let's take a look at our little round notes here. Our tea leaf. So we have shield, you need to defend yourself. So yeah, this person, this energy is kind of stepping in to help defend you, defend your energy. And I think this is because you have a lot of external things that are trying to zap your energy. And a lot of it is things that you're kind of bringing in, is what I'm seeing. So you have to be mindful of what you are ingesting, like what you're reading. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Okay, so the other thing here with the shield is that you may be dealing with somebody. This person could be a younger woman, younger than you, or it's involving a woman just as a whole. We have younger woman and woman here. So I have to say this. Oh my God. And then someone is leaving your life. Okay, some of you are dealing with somebody, dating them or talking to them, and they're lying to you. They have other people in their life, other women in their life, or other partners in their life, and they are not sincere with what they say. Okay, and so I think part of the reason why the Samaritan energy has come in is to block you from connecting with this person, because there's something better for you, and they're trying to protect your energy. And then the hedonist energy here is trying to be like, hey, like there's a lot of other opportunities out there for you. So if you resonate with dealing with somebody in particular that is just, makes a lot of promises but doesn't seem to follow through, and you're really caught up on them physically, especially, you really need to break free from this person. And I think what's going to happen is, because you have this very highly intelligent energy trying to help you out, they're just going to like zap them out of your life, is what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing like they're not like doing anything to them to hurt them, but they're going to create energy that makes them leave the situation. So that is a heads up for you. I don't feel a very strong emotional connection to this relationship. It might be something new, or it might be somebody you meet and start talking to, and it gets like ends before it can begin. Just know that's because there's a lot of other things that you have in store. I feel like you're going to have a space where you just get to enjoy other people without like this feeling of or need to commit. I think that's where a lot of you are stepping into. And through that, you find the type of passion that you are wanting. So yeah, let's see. Let's get one more piece of advice here. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, treat yourself energy. King of Pentacles. I think that you have a lot of potential to create financial abundance right now as well. And I think that along with everything else I said, you need to write down what your goals are financially and put them on paper. Plant those seeds, okay? Because you have a lot of power through what you say. You're creating the life you want. So, for instance, if you're somebody that is, really feels very strongly about situations going on financially with the rest of the world, you don't want to put that on yourself, that I will never be able to have this, or I will never be able to have that. I won't be able to buy a house. I won't. And I understand that you might be trying to make a point, and I understand that, but you need to focus on yourself and not the collective when it comes to what you're saying and what type of future do you want. Okay, so be very mindful of your words at this time. And that's it. So that's going to be your reading. Let me know what's going on in your life if it resonates. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate every single one of you so much. Thank you for being here. And I will see you all next time.